There is a problem with the job market right now. YouTube does not push my videos or pretty much anybody's. Even if you're subscribed and hit bell notification, you actually have to go to my channel manually yourself to find the videos and watch them. So if you like what you're seeing here, the information that I provide, the philosophical essays, the cerebral content, the book reviews, etc., you're going to have to manually go to my YouTube channel and find the videos. I post new videos every day, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the video essays in particular. Welcome to day 270 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. And this problem with the job market has been going on for years. Who knows how long, in fact. I mean, it was back in the 70s that the car manufacturers were in their heyday in the Rust Belt of the United States. Places like Ohio and Michigan and Minnesota and Wisconsin, all those places. Detroit, you know? And since various government policies have been put into place and various particular people have gotten into positions of power, that those states, those those cities have essentially been decimated. And what the term decimate means is reduced to 10%. So when I say that, I mean it quite literally in some instances. Detroit is a hellscape now. Things are finally starting to turn around a little bit because it's basically been put on blast that the city is crumbling to dust, and lots of people are going in there to try to gentrify some of the more crummy areas or places that it's possible to gentrify at this point without reverting immediately back to the same destructive ways in which they found themselves before. But what I'm trying to get at here is we're kind of at the apex right now in the modern day in the crumbling of our job markets, where you have people with very high-end degrees and trainings. I'll use myself as an example because it's what I know best. People that have as much as a master's in electrical engineering, like this guy right here, who can only get a job, if I'm lucky, as a Baskin-Robbins server, like Ant-Man in the Marvel comics and movies. That's actually more real than you realize. I applied to, and I've said this several times, but it bears repeating because I know most of you are not going to see this but once, if at all. I applied to over 1,400 jobs on various job boards, and nobody would hire me. I either got an automated response, the company took an H-1B visa, or some other thing that happened. The only jobs that I could possibly get are those that essentially pay slave wages and would treat you like you are, in fact, that very thing. So, it's not just me, though. And that's really the heartbreaking part of it. It could be a job as simple as being a cleaning person, and for one reason or another, you don't get it. For really no reason at all. You could work a minimum wage job or apply for a minimum wage job, even at Walmart or something. And you have to do a 100-question test to qualify. I'm not exaggerating. You can look it up. To become a Walmart's associate, you have to do a 100-question test to make a $17 per hour job, to get a $17 per hour job. To do the basic math, $17 per hour roughly equates to like $28,000 a year. And then after taxes, it's even less than that. That is essentially impoverished. I know people in my own life who have to work 2 jobs because they get one at Walmart and it just doesn't pay the bills. So they need another one. There's something really crazy going on right now. I don't want to live off of disability. But it is a cost-benefit analysis here that we all have to play out, okay? I have to be able to get a job that will pay more than my disability and also not treat me like a slave, not demoralize or dehumanize me. That's one of the reasons, aside from my leg problems, because it was really painful, I'm just straight up honest with you, I quit my Amazon job because I was making just a hair over what I'm making on my disability, and they were starting to convert back to treating me like they were in the military, like I was a worthless pawn. And it appears that the more and more this gets revealed to the public, the more and more it becomes prevalent to make the excuse that it is some way reasonable for it to happen to a person like myself. Because the devil has to operate within the gray area. There has to be an excuse so that you don't know for certain that he's there manipulating you. But he is. Straight up, period, end of story. The parasite is there. The parasite is there. And that parasite really has it out for some people. You guys haven't seen the things that I have, but I'll give you one instance here. I remember there was a person in my chain of logistics when I was in the military who was a civilian who was trying to help me go through the process of becoming a reserve officer, going through Palace Chase. And I was just about to succeed with him when suddenly a semi killed him on the road. And the story wasn't even all that publicized. The guy was basically forgotten. He was literally mowed down by a semi on the road. The chain of thoughts that went into the person driving the semi, it's basically just a slight nudge over and over and over, starting back, I don't know, an hour before. That, like a butterfly effect, leads to the person who was going to help me go through Palace Chase and get out of the military in a good way ends up getting unalived. It's there. It is. And you have to have the excuse that they would hire anybody. They would hire a monkey to do a job in order for you to get the job. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. And there's no way that I have a capacity to get this demonic parasite out of the social zeitgeist. I'm just one guy. I'm a drop in an ocean. Hopefully I can have a profound ripple effect, but I am just one drop in an ocean. I don't know how we get this parasite out, but it's there, manipulating people's psyches in ways that you cannot know and you cannot understand. But when you see people with, for instance, this is just one example, because it's going outside the script that this parasite wants to fulfill. When you see people falling victim to Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, that's one example. People being manipulated by the slight nudges of that social zeitgeist parasite. And a cascade of negative reactions leads them to say, yeah, that's actually probably what we should do. Because they're resentful in their minds. They're resentful. It's little nudges everywhere. When St. Padre Pio told us that if you could see the demons out there, they would blot out the sun, there are so many of them. He was not kidding. Because one demon can give one nudge here, another demon can give another nudge slightly down the line, and it all cascades. There's that many of them that are capable of doing that much to make an effect that actually leads to somebody passing away by getting mowed down by a semi. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. I'm not. How does this stuff happen to a person like myself? To be among the very most trained and competent and capable of people on the planet. And that's not me tooting my own horn. It's true. I am. And not able to get even the simplest of jobs. Having to live off the government dole. Because I know that even if I did get a job, I'd be treated like a slave. Yeah. There's something really bad happening in the world nowadays. And that's why I tell people when they associate with me, you gotta be very careful, because I'm cursed. I am. The devil found me. The devil doesn't like me. And the only place where the devil won't attack me, because even he won't go there, is when I'm with my direct family. I don't know why, but that's the one place he won't attack me. Or if he does, only on the periphery. So, if you see somebody like myself, who appears to be, in fact, cursed, but that person is actually trying to be a good person, which I think I am, right? I think at least a few of you out there could say that I've helped you in some way, inspired you, made your life a little bit better. And you can say that I am being attacked by the enemy, by the demon, by the social zeitgeist parasite that I talk about all the time. That it really is there. I have to maintain my truth, be true to myself, and stay positive and loving and good to make that apparent to everybody. Because if I fall victim to it too, you'll never see it again. You'll never find that parasite ever again. Unless you can find somebody else who does even better than I have, and, well, I guess I won't toot my own horn too much. Sure, there's people out there that no doubt can do it better than me. I don't know. But it's how you make it black and white. And the only way you're going to see that thing that so deeply hides in the gray area is by making it black and white. You're pulling the black and the white apart until eventually you reveal what's actually there fucking with you. Yeah. Just know that I don't live off the government dole because I want to. I live off the government dole because of these attacks. The PTSD I have is from what the military did to me. Demonic, evil creatures. The crucifixion disease, clearly, was an attack on me. Now, if I want to get a job, it has to be one where I'm not in constant pain. And nobody seems to want to hire me for one of those. I would love to work as a proposal writer, making $70,000 a year. You know? Sitting down at a computer, writing for people. I would love to become a famous author, or even just a decent one that gets paid a living wage. But my books don't sell. I know I'm a good author. I know it's a good book. But nobody knows of it. How much more black and white can it be made? Those who don't know of this only don't know because they've never seen me, because I'm hidden. They don't see the things that I've brought to their attention, or they're intentionally putting their heads in the sand. And I know people like that. Yeah, there's some profound problems with the job market right now. And they stem from that. I don't know how to stop it or change it or fix it. But all I know is that I need to keep on keeping on. So, all right. Love y'all, guys.